All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So today is all about what is coming soon, which is the MAXTech, which I am super excited for everybody that we're going to be moving away from Booge. We'll have both for a little bit and slowly moving over to MAXTech, which is powered by KV Core. I don't know if anyone's used KV Core that's on this meeting, but KV Core is an amazing system that's going to have a little bit of everything for everyone. So I'm just going to share some of my favorites. I'm going to show you where we can get even more information and details. And of course, things that we can do to prepare for that move. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the first things, KV Core is basically an end all be all. Everything is going to be inside of one platform. You're going to have a full website, IDX. It is a lead machine. You have a smart CRM. So you can, if you have birthdays, anniversaries inside of your contacts, you can set up an email to be sent out to these people for their birthdays, their home anniversaries. And it also has all of these different behavioral alerts. They're going to get the listing alerts, emails, market reports, and then they have behavioral alerts, meaning depending on what they're doing or how long it's been since they've been to your website, they'll receive an email based on their behaviors, which you have full control over. You can edit. I usually just say start all in, back away if you feel you need to. But the real, it's almost like having an inside sales agent working your contacts, your leads, to leave you time to be doing other stuff, income producing activities. So there's a lot of great tools inside of there. The lead engine, tons of different ways that we'll be able to create leads, generate leads from your website. Of course, all of the listings and the automations are going to be included in here as well. So you could do a search right inside of your dashboard, send over a few listings via text, via email to groups or whatnot. So you could have an open house in a certain city. You'll be able to send a quick email letting everybody who's searching in that city know that you have an open house on a new listing. There's a lot of amazing things that we're able to do all within one single platform. So the website, and I'll show you a live site, and it's actually interesting because the sample Nick's fake website is actually in your area. So that was kind of cool to see the cities that I'm familiar with from your website and stuff. So we're going to have a fully, you can customize your website. We can have video headers. We can showcase cities and subdivisions. We're really getting like a semi-customizable website through the KV Core platform, which I am super excited for. We can change the color themes. There's different widgets we can add. If you have a whole other website, they actually have coding and widgets. So you can place those on a WordPress site or Wix or anything like that to truly have multiple platforms where someone can search, do home valuations, landing pages, and all of that other fun stuff. So there's a lot we can do, but it's not too complicated. So, and don't worry, I've got your back when it comes to when we do get the KV Core platform. We'll make sure that everyone is set up the way you want it to be right off the bat. The smart CRM and the dashboard, I absolutely love. You can sort by many different ways, similar to Booge and how we have Booge has tags. KV Core has hashtags. It's really just setting up people and categorizing them into separate folders. So they can be in one, they can be in multiple. It's really a way for you to be able to save different searches, basically with all of your contacts being in categorized or folders or whatnot. So it's going to be really nice and easy for us to get all of your contacts that are in Booge over to KV Core when that time comes. But I absolutely love how easy it is to be able to sort and save particular searches. Everything's going to be right there at your fingertips inside of your dashboard, as well as an app for the CRM. There's even a like an auto dialer. You could dial anybody who went to your website the day before. There's a lot of great tools within that app that you have. But I do love that everything's right there at your fingertips. You could drink your coffee, look at your dashboard to see what activities going on, maybe who to send a text to or an email or something like that. Same thing when you look at an individual. KV Core has a system where it's going to try to fill in the blanks of information somebody did not give. So the good thing is when somebody registers on your website, their password is their phone number to make sure that we get the right information. So that way they're going to get text this information. It's their way of trying to get us a good phone number. But you can see every single thing that they're doing on the website, all of the communications you've had via email, via text. You log your phone calls in, all those phone calls will be in here as well. It's going to try to find all their social, their address, where they work. It's going to try to find all of that information to make it super easy for you to be able to make that connection with any of the leads that are in your system. So the dashboard is really great, and you can easily, do a call, send an email, add a note, any of that right inside of each of these dashboards when you're clicking on that person's name. The next is being able to use the dashboard as though you're searching in your MLS. So you can actually do a full search. You have kind of your hot sheets, new listings by city. You'll be able to set up your own custom searches if it's something you do all the time. And with 2 clicks, you can email all the listings, you can text all the listings to one person or maybe a group of people. Maybe you have a brand new listing in a specific city, or the open house that I mentioned earlier. You want to send a quick text to let everybody know you have a brand new listing or price reduction or open house or anything like that. It makes it really easy for you to be able to send that property or properties straight over to a group of people or one person, all within the one platform versus having to go to your MLS to do these searches. All of the properties are fed in and you have that at your disposal right inside of your dashboard. Then, of course, you have tons of different marketing ideas. You have search alerts that they'll be getting, their smart campaigns, the behavior automation. That is incredible that they have that. And of course, you have your mobile dialer right inside of your app. So all of these are just different ways of the leads to be constantly receiving emails or texts straight from you that the system is automatically doing. And really, these texts and emails are probing for information to try to get that lead to respond back so that you can then be involved in that communication instead of sitting there trying to, get in touch with these leads. The system basically, it's like an inside sales agent working the leads for you so you can go about your regular business without, because it's almost a full-time job to constantly be cultivating the leads. So this system pretty much does it all for you and basically waits for them to respond. Now you have that, they open the door. Now you can jump right in there. You can turn anything off, leave it be, but it's really a great way to try to get a lead to respond back to all of the things that it's going to try to do just for you. So I like to treat it as an assistant working on my leads so that I can focus on other activities. I absolutely love, I'm not sure if anyone's ever used the Open House app, but you have an Open House app right inside of your KV Core. You can use on your tablet, your phone, make a QR code. You're doing an open house for one of your listings or another listing. All you have to do is open up the app, put in the address. It's going to pull in all of the information, all of the photos. It'll be branded to you. It'll have a default questions, basically the name, phone number, email, but you can also ask different questions. You can customize the form. They fill it out at your open house. They automatically receive an email and a text with all of the photos, the property information, and your contact information as soon as they fill out that form. So that makes it super easy for them to remember that property that you're doing an open house for. It also creates a lead inside of your dashboard, and it'll have a hashtag label for that date and that address, which you can customize that as well. So it makes it super nice. The next day, you can send a quick text or email to everybody that was at the open house. Maybe send them a quick video, because you have video capability inside of your dashboard as well. So it's super nice to be able to one click, send email to everybody that was at my open house yesterday, thanking them for visiting, if they have any questions, blah, blah, blah. So it's super nice to be able to send that follow-up email without having to, have something in writing where you have to now type it all out. Everything is right there inside of your system because they filled out this open house information. So I absolutely love the open house app. A lot of the agents, they'll use their iPad to do it, or you could even have a QR code that takes them to it so they can fill it out right on their phone at their convenience. So either way, it's super nice, and how everything gets stored right inside of your dashboard for easy follow-up and future emails. One of my favorites is the unlimited text code. So I'm not sure if you've ever seen sign writers that may say like text 1234 to this number for the pictures and the price. What'll happen is you get to set up your own custom text code. So it could be text Heather to this number to receive information. In your system, you'll be able to say, when somebody texts this code, what property is that going to be attached to? So say you have a new listing that's over here, that sign writer is going to go on that new listing. You're going to go in your system and say, okay, it goes to 123 Main Street. Well, maybe that one goes under contract. Now you have another new listing. We're just going to move that sign writer to the next listing, go into your database, change the address. So it's not a one-time. You can actually customize sign writers, and you have full control over what property it's going to send them information on. Of course, every time it texts them that, you have a valid phone number, and it's going to go right into your system in the database for that physical address that you have it attached for. You can also use those for, postcards, for snail mail, for marketing, anything like that. You could set up different text codes. You can set up QR codes. We'll be able to do squeeze pages, which is also on here. So we created squeeze pages for certain subdivisions. Then we use the Remax URL shortener to shorten that link up, make it more custom, add those straight to your snail mail. Those don't go bad. So those emails, the URLs, the text codes, you have full control over what you want to do with them, but there's no limit to anything that you're doing. So we're super excited about what we'll be able to do with all of this, all these marketing tools. This is the landing pages, squeeze pages. The big difference, landing page is going to take you to a forced registration gateway. They have to fill in the information to get whatever it is you're offering. It could be, properties for a specific city, price range, pool, golf, whatnot. You select, you do that squeeze page, you get the link for whatever that search is. Then we're going to add that link to the landing page, and voila, they fill out that information. They're going to get a text and an email taking them to whatever it is you're offering. We'll have ones already pre-done for the office. We'll have buyer guide, seller guide, millennial guides. We'll have all of those pre-done. All you have to do is change that first part of the URL and add your name to it, and those will be yours. You'll be able to use those, but we'll be setting up a lot of different squeeze pages and landing pages that the agents can be able to use. But on the squeeze pages, you can do multiple property, meaning a search for subdivision, city, something like that. You have your single property, that's going to be most likely on one of your listings or just one property itself, kind of like a property landing page. You have a seller squeeze page, which is going to be really nice. So it could be the cities that you work or neighborhoods. You'll put that in there, and it's going to say the average home in X city is this. How does your home compare? They fill it out. all the information, it generates a lead, but it is specific to a city or whatever parameters that you put in there. And then of course, market report is going to have all of the listed, sold, pending, contingent data for consumer to be able to find for a specific area, city or zip code. But don't worry, there's just a ton of stuff, but we're going to, I will have a ton, like a full spreadsheet of everything that you could possibly imagine. And of course, if there's more you want, we'll make those happen, but we'll be having those in a Google spreadsheet for you to be able to copy and paste that URL, and you'll just add your name at the front, and that'll go straight to your website, generate leads specifically for you. So we'll be able to help you with all of those, but super excited for what's coming our way on these landing pages and squeeze pages. The presentation, I believe it's a core present. This is going to allow you to do a full CMA in under 30 seconds, or you can completely customize as far as the different properties you want. If you want to give value for this, take away from this, you can actually completely customize this. We'll have a presentation already uploaded in there, so it'll have all of the data for whatever the property is. It's actually a live link. You can save it as a PDF, but you can also send somebody the actual link. It becomes live, meaning they can click on any of these properties, look at the description, look at all the photos. They'll be able to look at all that data that's pulling in from that CMA. And the best part about it is you can go into your dashboard and actually see every single thing that that consumer is doing within that live link. So it's called what heat map. So they can see where the cursor is going every time someone is in the CMA, which is really going to help you if you get crickets and you don't hear back from them after you send them something. You're going to actually see what's important to them. So maybe they look at this one property 3 times, they're looking at every photo. You may be able to send a quick email and like, hey, did you see this house across the street? It's very similar to yours. You don't have to say, I watched you click on that property 5 times. I know you're interested in it. So you can just be subtle about it. Ask them if they saw that. It's going to open up that line of communication. These are going to be amazing to be able to send to your past clients. And I would suggest doing that every year. So these are 30 seconds. You plug in an address. It does everything for you. Of course, you can go in there and customize, but it will be able to add in a generic like listing presentation. And so that'll be attached to all the information that's pulling over. It looks absolutely stunning. It's super easy to use. And I can't wait for us to be able to get the core present. That actually does not, that's an additional cost to what a normal person with KV Core. When we had KV Core, we did not have the core present because it was an additional cost. So we have a lot more than a normal person with KV Core. We have all the bells and whistles coming to us. It's about a $1,500 a month per agent value that we're getting just being a part of RE/MAX. So I am super excited for this core present. When they did the demo at Broker Owner Convention, I was completely blown away by the technology of this and of course all the rest of it, but this for sure blew my mind. Next one is going to be basically the new design center and automation. So it's the core listing machine. It's going to have your single property websites, listing videos, just listed flyers, postcards, and a lot of different communication tools. So it'll be social media posts, open house posts, all of these different things and automation all built into one. So there's a lot of great things that we're going to be able to do. This is one of the last things in the rollout. First is going to be the websites and that core present, and then eventually we'll be getting this. So I'm super excited to have all the automation and fun stuff like that.
You could see everybody.
Okay.
I'm picking my note.
So the biggest things to prepare, that's what this is about. Because it's going to be a little while before we get everything. They're slowly rolling out in Canada right now. The biggest thing is just going to be how smooth that goes. how quickly we'll start getting it, and then time will tell. So we'll have both systems for a while. So there's really no need to think you have to do something, drop everything right now to go to it. My biggest thing is visit the KV Core launch page. We actually have one built inside of your agent hub, or they have it inside of RE/MAX University. I am constantly updating. I update it in the newsletter anytime something new happens. I am working with some Canada offices to get my hands on the whole new MAXTech, to get my sneak peek on there. So we'll see how that works. But they have webinars, lots of information, the release dates. They are going to constantly be updating the KV Core and MAXTech launch page inside of RE/MAX University. But of course, I will be updating your agent hub as well as inside of your weekly newsletter. So make sure if anything new happens, I want to get that in there for you. And if I can click the correct way, there we go. There is a video. It is inside of the RE/MAX, your RE/MAX hub site. This video should be number one thing to do, is to watch this video. Nick only talks for like 30 seconds. After that, somebody from KV Core, she's absolutely amazing. I get squirrel brained ADHD because I get super excited. But when she presents and goes over, takes you in the back end of the website of all of these specific tools that you have, you are going to be blown away by everything you have. So number one, we need to go to the MAX Your Hub's website so that we can watch this video. It's about 25 minutes long. It's specifically to you for the agent. There is a lot of awesome information and really going behind the scenes on how the technology works and how it's going to benefit you way more than I could possibly give you, because I get so excited, which is why I have to go in presentation mode, because I get squirrel brained and excited. And I am already a very fast talker. So when I get excited, I talk even faster. So let's see here. I would organize your contacts. I know we kind of mentioned this last month, making sure you have, whether it's in Booge, whether it's in Excel, whether you have it in another program, let's really focus on organizing all of your contacts, no matter what system they're in. Try to get a birthday, try to get addresses, home anniversary, when did you sell them their property? Let's try to get all of that information together with your contacts. I try to say, spend 30 minutes a week just really focusing on filling in the blanks for your contacts. Pro tip, download the First app if you haven't already. Get all of your contacts in there. Let it try to fill in the blanks and organize in a different way using all the 700 different data points that it has. Export it. You can cancel it if you don't want to keep it. I think the First app is absolutely an incredible use of any number one tool that we have for sure. But you do get it for 45 days for free. So just put it on your calendar, 30 days, remind, cancel it. Let's get everybody in there, organized, export it so that you can really focus on getting your contacts together. But if you spend 30 minutes a week on it from now until, February, you'll really have a great database. The better your database when we import it into KV Core, the more it's going to be able to work for you. So that to me is, organizing that database is crucial for moving to any platform that we have, but it's something that we should be doing all the time anyway. Website content. If you have any website content, if you have a different website, if you have a Booge website and you've added your own content, I personally take all of that, I copy and paste it into Google Drive, kind of have a folder for website, and then I organize it that way. At least that way, if you do have a lot of content with links and area information or something like that, just start putting that over into Google Drive, into Dropbox, onto your computer. Just keep it organized. That way we can get that back up into the new website. We're going to have a lot of content information on a broker site for once KV Core comes out. The good thing for that is once we have the broker's website set up, that your site is actually going to copy the broker site. So you'll have all the content, bells and whistles that we add to the broker site. It'll flow down to you, and then you'll be able to customize from there. So you won't have to worry about not having links. We're going to have links. We're going to have all that information already on your website. We'll have blogs. We're going to have a ton of content already pre-done on your website as soon as it's released, because we'll be doing that on a broker level. And then you'll be able to customize from there. So that'll be great. But if you do have a lot of content, this is where I would say start, copying and pasting it, organizing it, just kind of keeping it in a safe little spot so that we can get that imported over. And then just relax, because we're all excited for this. We just have to, take a step back, and it would be nice if we all got this. I'm super excited for it, but a lot of people are like, gosh, it's not going to be for another 6 months. What do we do now? Continue as usual. If you haven't got your Booge website set up, let's get that set up, because you can still be using that. There's a ton of stuff we can be doing in the Booge CRM, sending out our monthly newsletters, the holidays, all of that fun stuff. All of that we still have access to. So we need to still be using that, but just focusing on your database, if you have content, and then just staying up to date. Look, check out that preview, get excited. Just know that once we do go live, it's like there and doesn't want to happen. Okay, there we go. But just know that we need this. We don't want to have this happen overnight. We saw what happened when Booge was released almost too quickly. Things didn't work out very smoothly. So we want to make sure that KV Core is seamless. Canada gets to be the guinea pigs this time. Florida was me last time. So we're excited for that to be released. We'll see what happens, and then we'll all be getting it. The good thing is it's not like Booge is going to go away and then we get KV Core. We can still be using all of the products we already have within Booge. And then when we get KV Core, we're going to make it absolutely beautiful. And then that way it's a seamless transition. Usually we'll have at least 3 months of having both platforms. I don't think that any Booge is going away until the end of next year. And everybody should have the KV Core MAXTech by summer. And that's everybody in the US. And I believe they usually, I think they start, depending on the office levels, we are signed up for early beta. So with you having maybe a smaller office, we may get it sooner. They still don't know what the early adopter looks like, but I am signed up for it. And I'm friends with all the people at Remax. So hopefully we'll get it before most of anybody else. That's a good thing. But just breathe and just small baby steps, continue using Booge and all of the tools that we have as normal, and then staying up to date. And this was just kind of the release, but I am going to exit out of this so I can go right into when you go to your agent hub right here. And this is in all the newsletters, and you should have this bookmark as your favorite. When you scroll all the way down, well, not all the way down. Where's my MAXTech? There we are, MAXTech. So you have a MAXTech tile right inside of here. This is going to have the video. This is just a KV Core video. This is the important video. Watch this after 2 minutes. That's when she comes on. She's an amazing presenter. I loved her at the Broker Owner Conference. Make sure to watch that. You're going to be super impressed with everything on the back end. I could go live into a regular KV Core platform, but it's not going to be everything that we get. So I almost don't want to go in there, because then it's not as exciting as everything she does. And she does an amazing job. So make sure to go to your agent hub, watch Nick's video. You can click here. That's going to take you straight to the launch page inside of Remax University. And I wanted to kind of show you one of the websites. So this one is even in Nick's. This one's on a broker level. So where was Nick's site? Let's see here. Got it over here. Nick. So Nick's site. So it has kind of like your little bio. This will be, usually it's all customizable. Then it has all these different cities that we'll be able to do. You have 3 sections here, like open houses, just listed, just reduced. You could change what you want. So you get 3 spots, but that's customizable. If you don't want open houses, maybe you want just reduced or just listed. You could have specific cities in this area. So you can customize what do you want to display in these 3 little rows here. We'll be able to customize different colors. But this is just a very kind of basic site, not necessarily ones that we have that we'll be able to build on. It's just kind of showing you like a little example. Usually we'll have like a video up here. We're going to have videos, photos, all that fun stuff. So that's pretty cool. So do you guys have any questions? You've been very quiet.
Hi, Heather, how are you?
I'm good.
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay. So you said the website, right? My question is, so if some of the agent, they don't even have their booth site set up. So once, and then they're just waiting for the KV core site. And how is that going to work? Or it's better just have your booth site set up first?
They're completely separate systems. We're not getting the KV core for a while. It won't be until next year. So let's get those Bouge websites set up so that we have a website. We're going to have both for a time period. But you don't want to not have a website set up because we're waiting for something else. Like we still need to do business. I set up all the Bouge websites, you know, it doesn't cost anything. Like, let's at least get those websites set up. You can still be sending the newsletters, getting leads. Once KV Core comes out, hopefully, and we shouldn't have a problem, we'll be one of the first ones in the early adopter. I spoke with Nick Bailey and everybody on the tech team. So hopefully we'll be one of the first ones that get to beta test it. So we'll be one of the first ones. The sites won't transfer over. They're completely different platforms. So even if you have your Bouge site set up, it's not going to transfer over. They're completely different platforms, which is a really good thing. But we will be setting it up on a broker level, which will then trickle down straight to the agents. So your sites will look great off the bat. But no, I wouldn't wait to have a website until KV Core. Like, you can still have your own domain, point it over to Bouge for now. Once KV Core is live, we're going to point it over to the KV Core website. So there's really no difference other than just transferring your own domain. I personally would always recommend spending the $15 a year to get your own domain. So, you know, heathermoves321.com or whatever. I have full control over where my domain is going. Right now it's going to Bouge. But when I get my KV Core site set up, I'm just going right into my GoDaddy and pointing it right over to my new KV Core site. Takes 2 minutes. Now nobody sees the Bouge, but now they see the KV Core. So that's really what we want to do. Have your own domain. So that way none of your marketing ever changes because you have full control over that domain and where it's going to point based on your needs. So your business cards don't change, your signs don't change. Go to GoDaddy, spend $15 on a domain. That way you have it and it'll point to whatever site works for you.
Okay, so see, some of the agents already have their Bouge site, right? But
Yep.
Their domain is, I think, whatever the Bouge create the domain, right? So what's the best way? Should they go back to the GoDaddy and then to purchase that?
Not to purchase that. They won't be able to.
Okay.
Let them get, for me, an agent, you should always have your first name, last name.com. Simple as that, even if you don't use it, just to have it. I mean, I've been paying for my son's name since he was 10 years old. He's 21, just so somebody else doesn't take it. Yourname.com. But if you have a slogan or in your marketing, what is your social media, anything like that, think of, I mean, a lot of our agents, it's like Heather moves or Heather sells area code, right? Keeps it short and simple. Buy your own domain. I have agents that have well over 50 domains. For me, I had I lived in a county, Brevard County, Florida. So I had discoverbrevardhomes.com. Then I had each of my cities and my 3 big subdivisions I farmed. I had all of those domains. So I had discover melbournehomes.com, discover cocobeachhomes.com, discover. So when I sent postcards or letters, like information letters every quarter, that was the domain I used for that postcard because it's going to that subdivision or that city, which would take them to that landing page on my website, all about that city, that subdivision with information. So you can really get creative when it comes to domains. I'm probably a weird person that wakes up at 3:30 with a clever domain and I go buy it. So I have more domains than I'll ever possibly need. And I haven't sold real estate since 2006, but I just buy fun domains because it's fun. Because I'm a nerd that way. But to me, I wouldn't use the one with Remax. That's probably going to change. Typically, when we change platforms, it goes from, heatherholiday.remax.com. The other websites we had, heatherholiday.remaxagent.com. So right now, I'm using heatherholiday.remax.com. That's on all my signs, on my marketing, on my business card, snail mail, all of that. When we get KV Core, if that doesn't stay the same, now I have to change everything. Whereas if I'd have just marketed heathermoves321.com, it's pointing to heatherholiday.remax.com. I don't have to change anything. I have full control over my own domain. I'm using heathermoves321 as a hashtag in all of my social. So it's just a way for you to be able to market yourself in an easier way. I like to keep domains short because if you make them too long on a business card, you can't read them. So think short and sweet. Think of your marketing. You could have them in so many different ways. But yes, I say go to GoDaddy, spend the $15 a year so that you have your own domain, that you have control over where it goes, and you don't have to change all of your marketing anytime you change a platform.
Okay. So if, for example, you go to that agent, they decide, okay, they want to get their own domain, they go to the GoDaddy, and then they just create the name. Yeah, like that, something.com, right? And then once they purchase, but they don't have any other thing, they can just park the domain first.
You don't even need to park it. So, but don't buy like all the other stuff. Like you don't need the email that comes, you get free forwarding if that's what you want. Don't buy the privacy and security, unless you're top secret agent, you don't need to do that. Just the domain. And then it's going to say use domain. Then it'll say forward to another website. That's where you're going to paste that other URL for the Booge website. So you just forward it. We can also set it up correctly in Booge. I do have blogs on how to do that. So you never see your name.remax.com ever. But at minimum, at least forward it to the Booge website. I say set it up through the DNS, but that's a little more advanced. But if anybody wants to do that, they can Zoom with me and I'll walk them right through it on their screen. But yes, so don't park it. You want to use that domain, but you're going to either set up the DNS settings or you're going to forward to your Booge website.
Okay. All right. I got it. Okay. So I think it's very important, for the agents on the line that you need to have your Booge site set up first, because I think Alan and Katie and Zach, they already had appointment with Heather. Heather already helped them set up the website. So just like she said before, the KV Core won't come until next year. It's very important you have your site set up and then purchase a domain name. It's very important. It's also part of your branding yourself. It's very important.
And it's amazing, just the Bouge websites being a part of Remax. When someone Googles you in real estate, that is going to be what pops up. Currently, right now, if you have not published your Bouge website and you go ahead and Google yourself, you're going to see your Remax profile is going to be #1 result for the most part. It's always top 3, usually #1. You go and click on that, you're going to get to your Remax profile. By default, that little website link, unless you've been in your profile and edited that, is going to go to your Bouge website. If it is not published, it's going to remax.com, meaning someone's going to search for a property and someone else is going to get that lead. We want them to go to your land on your website, branded to you, your information. So we want to make sure, and it doesn't cost anything. So we want to make sure that you have that website. It's going to pull up another way for the search engines to be able to find you. There is tremendous power in the Remax brand in itself. If you Google yourself, you'll see what I mean by your Remax public profile showing up.
Okay.
And then we don't want somebody clicking to go to your website thinking they're on your website. They're not. They're on remax.com.
Right.
Any lead is going to go on round robin. We don't want
Yeah.
that. That's missed opportunities.
Yes, so it's very important. So Heather, would you mind just to show us one more time, where can they order the website from you?
Absolutely. Same, because my #1 is that you're going to go straight over to your agent hub. It's in the newsletter. So when you click on the hub, we're going to come down here, website order. And then you can Zoom with me if you want to set up your domain correctly. But website order, you're going to click on here and it's going to, you just fill out this blank, this form, and like magic, your website will get done. And then here's some, if you want some other tutorials, there's a bunch of stuff in here, but you just fill out this form, it comes over to me and I'm going to get that website completely set up for you.
Very good. Yes, and this is exclusive only for Remax First Choice. So please, I don't know how many times we'll be saying that, please take advantage of this and, Heather create a beautiful site for everyone. So it's important, as she said, it's very important that, so you want people, when they search the name, it doesn't go to the Remax site, it goes directly to your site. It's very important. Okay.
Yeah, we
Thank
don't
you,
want
Heather.
missed opportunities at all. So make sure, go to your agent hub, get your, website. If you have any questions, feel free. If you have any questions on MAXTech, marketing in general, want to pick my brain, just click on the Zoom with me. It'll be a one-on-one session. I'm here for you guys. Whatever, my head is a scary place to be. I'm sure you've already noticed that. All of our past recordings are in here, but I'm here for you. Whatever I can help you with, that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to help you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome. And
I
I'm
thought
going to
you're
go ahead
still
and
on the trip. I thought you're still on the trip. Are you? No.
I've been having a lot of good times.
Oh, very good.
It's hard. Yeah. When Bouge kind of stopped, I slowed down because I did a lot of custom websites. So I planned a vacation, but it was a
very
week and a
nice.
half after
Yeah.
broker owner. And that was like, okay, maybe too
Very
much.
good. Very good.
Well, I'm just going to stop the recording real quick.
Okay.